The Merlin Lythe jacket is new for 2020, and this is the final piece of the new collection to arrive from Merlin, and what a wonderful collection it has been. In many ways, there's nothing, if you've watched the previous videos, that is new and different about this particular product. It simply is a different style, carrying the same wonderful technological advancements that we've seen from this new latest collection. So very similar in a lot of ways to the Merlin Purton jacket, which we did feature just before the break for the new year. This has some wonderful advances in terms of the safety rating and also in terms of the fabric on offer in it. So this is really differentiated from that particular garment by virtue of the styling. The Purton has a slightly more symmetrical classic look to it, and this one maybe is a little bit more modern looking with this asymmetric pocket at the front and just a slight style difference really. It is £30 more expensive. It's quite hard to see exactly where that's come from, but this is still a very well priced garment in the grand scheme of things, in at £279.98. The Purton being just slightly less at £249.98. But this jacket is sleek. It tackles pretty much the majority of the UK climate, except for perhaps the very, very hottest days, but it will do everything else, whether it's wet or cold or in between, very well by virtue of the wonderful features that it has on offer. One of the headline features about it though is that it is rated to the AA level of certification. This new standard came in from mid last year, and until the point of the new Merlin collection's release at the end of that year, we had not seen a waxed cotton garment being certified to anything more than level A, which is the sort of default urban riding standard. But to achieve beyond that is really quite remarkable with a waxed cotton, because cotton, as you can imagine, is not the most abrasion resistant material in and of itself. Merlin, as you may know, have worked for many years with Halley Stevensons, and they have developed Cotec, a new variant of their waxed cotton, which essentially has a nylon fibre interwoven with it, such that it doesn't detract from the appealing points of waxed cotton being still wonderful to look at. It really doesn't look or feel any different to the layman, but what it does have is much more abrasion resistance in a very subtle way, giving it this AA approval. And this is fantastic because this puts it on par with some very dedicated safety jackets, even though it has the body, the looks of something that's really a bit more casual, perhaps less serious in its approach, but it's not. It really does cover all those same bases. So that's a great starting point. The price point as well, combined with that, really makes it quite remarkable when you consider this also has a Reset Active waterproof and breathable membrane sitting just beneath this outer cotton layer. So this is very highly rated to 10,000 ml waterproofing and 15,000 grams of breathability, which is very high spec indeed, meaning that in all riding conditions, however damp or humid, you will have the right regulation of body humidity, temperature, keeping the water out and so on, all going on at once, and working really well with this high quality membrane. It also has a removable Outlast inner liner inside, which we'll show you in a bit more detail, which means that it can be used in the coldest days. Take it out, it makes the jacket lighter, and it makes it more usable in the warmer days too. So it also comes with the D3o Lp1 Armor. This is the latest variant of D3o, which is this soft, flexible, ergonomic armor that locks together on impact. But the new Lp1 stuff has holes punched through it, making it better for airflow and even lighter still, but still achieving the same safety rating. So it's a really wonderful thing to have in a garment like this at this price point. It comes with a pocket, so you can upgrade for optional back protection if you wish to do so. And it also has a connection point in the lower part, so you can zip this up to something to create a one-piece effect if you have some compatible zip system from Merlin, or whether you have a sort of accessorizable belt that does the same thing. There is a belt loop there as well. Being a shortcut jacket, it's slightly less practical in the really wet weather than some of the longer ones, which you can check out from the new Merlin collection, but it does have a drop back to make it a little bit more ergonomic when you're in a leant over position, so you don't have any exposed areas. In terms of the tailoring of fit and sizing, I think that both are pretty straightforward. There is quite a nice fit to this. It's not overly constrictive, so it's not too tailored. I think people will find this quite a good balance. And in terms of the actual sizing itself, it's basically consistent with what Merlin have always done, which is really make their jackets a little bit more generous in terms of the size than a lot of the other brands we offer. For example, I am 6'2", I have 42-inch chest, and in most of the things we offer, that would make me in a large quite comfortably, whereas here I would opt for the medium rather than the large just being a little bit big for my tastes. So do check the size guide at Urban Rider. We take all the different jackets, measure all the external dimensions, and try and give you as much data as possible to make it easy to choose the right size for you. But basically Merlin coming up about a size bigger than most of the other jackets that we offer. This is a jacket that is available right now. It's only available in the black. And I think that it's a jacket that should be very popular and a really good choice for anybody wanting a shortcut all-season garment, and the new collection from Merlin really has something for everybody in terms of motorcycle clothing. In terms of the features of the jacket beyond what I've already mentioned, you have essentially a number of different pockets and adjustment options. So we have the Merlin branding on these brass effect snaps, which you really just have the two visible on the front of the collar and also on this one pocket, unlike the Purton, which has a few more, as I mentioned, going on. You have this zip on the right chest area, and that opens up to create a pocket with also a vent mesh behind it. So that's actually a way that you can increase the airflow into the jacket. Overlay pocket there on this flap at the front. You've got bicep adjustment, so you can tailor that in there. You've got waist adjustment and you've got cuff adjustment too, and collar adjustment. So all the places you might want to be able to tailor it in to fit as you want it to, you can. You've got leather piping around the collars and around the cuff as well, and this is really nice and comfortable because it means you can do it up nice and tight on a cold day where you don't want air getting in, but it's also going to remain comfortable whilst you do that. You have a zip down this front section of the cuff as well with a gusset behind it, again to make it easy to get the gloves on and off and the jacket on and off. So just well designed and thought through. YKK zip down the front with an underlay storm flap. So this is a flap that folds back in on itself with a channel essentially to stop the water getting through to you underneath. It will simply run down the channel and out the bottom of the jacket. And on the inside, you can see you have this Outlast inner liner here. And this zips all the way around in one easy motion to remove it. Very, very easy to do that. And you have pockets horizontally accessed either side with a snap button on the right side. And you also have this one YKK vertically accessed zip on the inside of the left chest area too. So a jacket that is pretty comprehensive in its form and function, well executed at a decent price point. And I love the styling too. So we'd love to know what you guys think. Do leave your thoughts, comments and feedback in the section below, and do subscribe to our channel as always to be the first to find out about the world's finest riding gear. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.